into the process. So a little bit more about the Hyrra web service. Hyrra means spinning wheels, and it goes 24/7, and there are ongoing calls all the time. And it opened in 2015, and it's all about rural development program projects, and also includes European Maritime Fisheries and Aquaculture Fund measures, and Åland Island in the basins of the CAP. We have over 40 different kind of application types there, and in those application types we have over 500 different kind of forms, or what you call them in web service. Hyrra has two sides. The customer functions, we have a new design and tech for the to the current EU period, and we have also it also has applying support for RDP projects and payments for the end users. You can apply from LAX or from the local managing authorities. And Hyrra also have the authorities functions, so handling decision making for support and payments, claims for payment, recovery, program monitoring, and e-archives. It has all the needed functions. And at the customer functions, we have this Suomi.fi service that is used to identification and authorization, and the authorities functions have the access control for identification. And then the EIP in Hyrra, EIP projects in Hyrra. So we have developed the Hyrra so that all the data needed is needed to apply the process and process the EIP application is integrated on Hyrra, including the EIP DNE data. Most of the data needed for EIP projects is similar to other interventions, but there are also EIP specific data, and they are integrated in the application process. And we needed to carefully plan which data is gathered from the beneficiaries and which is better to be filled in by the authorities. And because some of the data is in Hyrra already available from through a technical interface from other registers. And if the beneficiary has already given this data to other authority, so we have no right to ask the same thing all over again. And also with this carefully planning, I believe we have more reliable data. So the hardest questions will be filled in by the authorities because they know the specific needs of the data and they have a routine to fill it in. And here are also some registers that Hyrra uses. We have the integration to the national data exchange layer, which is bi-directional interface. We have registers of other authorities, for example, the tax administration, and
sorry,
also
there should be next slide. Sorry.
Yes. Oh. I just managed to. Here. Do you see it right?
Yes.
No.
Now it's okay.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Susanna. Then we also have the business information system and population information system in Hyrrä, and we can use Suomi.fi service, Finnish patient and registration office, access controls, and also Finnish maps from the National Land Survey of Finland. And we are also providing public data out through those interfaces. And then the application. I have some slides here which have photos from the application. I go through some of them here, and then if we have time, I have a video from this application and how to fill it in. So we can check it out just a few minutes if we have time, or otherwise you can check it later. But as I said earlier, we have many different kinds of application types and forms in Hyrrä, and EIP is only one of those. But and the application is mainly common with different kind of RDP development project interventions, but there are also some EIP specific questions and functions. In application, there are general questions related to the projects, and also in the project plan, there are few general questions of the project, and also the EIP DME, this demanded English summary of the project, and the EIP group description of the project. Also, we have the EIP specific questions on the application. There are asked the title of the project in English and the project coordinator. If they are transnational projects, so the coordinator of the whole project, and their contacts, and also the NUTS codes are asked here. And then the partners are very important in EIP project. So there are parts of this application where you can describe your partners. If they are in Finnish, so if they are from Finland, you can have some data through the ID number, and you can see if you need to fill in some information, so that Hyrrä reminds you that you need to fill the information in. And if the partners are outside Finland, so then you have slightly different questions for those partners. And also the letter of intent is very useful and good source here. And in the application, you will also include the monitoring data, targets of the project here that the beneficiary fills in, There are only intervention-specific targets asked, and for example, here we have the people working in the project with project funding and new businesses and jobs created by the influence of the projects, and then the amount of voluntary work done in the project. Yes, and now it's Susanna's turn to.
Thank you. I saw there were some questions for us in the chat, and I could answer firstly on this, that is the information for SFC already asked in the project application? Yes, it is asked, and that is what we are referring to with the DME in the pictures that you already saw, the slides, because it's directly from the data for monitoring and evaluation. So we use this DME name of this, and it is defined, and asked every question for the DME needed is in the application, or when the managing authority is processing the application, they will choose some of the information for DME in that. But is this my first slide?
Nope.
No.
This is your first.
Thanks. And there were some other questions, but maybe you can look at them later. So now the beneficiary has pushed send in Hyrra and sent the application to the managing authority. And then the managing authority makes some checks and markings on the application, so that we can, for example, give this DMA information, which is put in SFC EIP section. First, classification of projects. We have this luokitus part of the process. The authority classifies the application in authority's functions. So this is not done by the beneficiary, but the managing authority, who goes through the application. He will mark the project contribution to CAP specific objectives and needs. We have also put some extra information here, like the needs of the CAP plan, which the project is connected to, because we thought that we need this information when we evaluate the activities in CAP plan. We mark the project contribution to the targets of the regional development plan. This is also for the evaluation on a regional level of the CAP plan. Next, please. We have more in this section, classification. Only EIP projects have the following questions. On the right side, you can see them in Finnish, and here are the in English on the left side. Is the project transnational? Yes, no. Yeah, this is only for national EIP projects. What is the type of the project beneficiary? As you can see, this is the straight from the DME information. And project contribution to union strategies, also DME, which is to be transferred to SFP system. And additional funding sources, also DME information. We have that in English, so that it will go straight to those classes. And I forgot to say that we in Hyrra system, we have these, you can see those green question marks besides each point. And Hyrra guides the applicant and also the managing authority, whoever is filling in these parts. It guides while you go on. So you can open the guidelines from there, and you don't have to open some file on our website or anything. You have the more specific guidelines behind those question mark. So we have tried to make the Hyrrä as guiding and easy to use as possible, also for the managing authority. And next slide, classification. Still, cooperations interventions have a preparatory project funding, which was mentioned before, and this is also APE, and we want to know the linking of the project to such preparatory project, and it is marked here, so that we can find the interlinking projects when we want to study and evaluate them. Next, please. And we have the keywords straight from the DME for the EIP. For different interventions, we have different sets of keywords, but this is straight as from the DME. And they are chosen here by the managing authority. We have noticed that this gives more reliable information overall. This is not from the APE projects only, but we have the same thing for all the interventions that we have chosen, that the managing authority, when he goes through the whole application and he has the knowledge which kinds of projects are marked with different keywords, he will mark them. And multiple keywords can be chosen. And then project monitoring, after it has been chosen and it is completed, then we want to have the results of the projects, which you saw before in the other slide, that we wanted targets. This is the same, but we want to have the results after the project is completed. And we have some national interests in there. And was that the last slide, or was there yet one? Maybe it was the last one. Yes.
This was the final report of the project. And yes, this was the
I'm sorry.
last one.
I'm sorry. I was looking at the questions already. The final report is also to be given after the project is completed. So the beneficiary has to fill all the compulsory fields, and also they can provide web links and complementary documents. And so for the EIP, we want to have this English version of the summary and summary of the project, so that we can directly get them out of Hyrrä on a report and transfer them into the SFC system. And the final report is, as you can see, it's divided in cells, that we don't want those PDF or some attached files, for we cannot find any information for reporting in them if they are attached files. We want them information to be separated in these cells, which are separately filled in. And then I could, I think this was the last slide. I'm sorry, I was not sure if we took out some, but then I could shortly tell that when there was a question in the chat that who will put information in the SFC of the EIP projects, it is the managing authority, which is us, the Finnish Food Agency. And we, as you could see, we collect all the information needed in Hyrrä. And at the moment, we are making a report that we could collect the information, which makes the work easier for us. We don't have to open the project in Hyrrä and all the different pages to copy and paste the information to SFC one by one. We want to make for our own use a report that collects the information for each project, all the needed questions, all the answers to them, and then we can use the copy paste from that Excel sheet which the report creates. So as you all know, there is no electronical transfer of information of EIP projects to SFC not yet at least. It would be easier, but now that we have to do it with this copy paste system, we at least create a report for us to use to make it easier for us. So this is the point where we are now in this matter.
Susanna,
So
sorry for interruption.
Yeah,
you can answer to all questions a little bit later. Probably it's good time to demonstrate the video how your system works.
Yes, that would be nice.
Not the
Thanks.
full one, probably, because we are running out of time, honestly to say.
Yeah, just a small taste of the video now.
Yeah.
If Kati can show it.
At least visually how it looks like.
Yes. Thank you. This is how the Hyra looks in real life, and I put it. This is a bit fast video now, so you can apply a new application there, and when you have signed in to Hyra, and there are the application, you can add the information for responsible persons there, and add responsible persons there. Also, the general information of the project, when the project is ending, is there. You can add some files to the specific files to the application, and then you pick the pick from the map where you're gonna or where is the organization that is applying, and also other areas in Finland where you are gonna do the project. Then you choose where are you applying from LAC or from ELI center. Then you choose if you want the development project or the preparatory money, and there you can find EIP, and here you can find those question marks and guidelines to each part. And then there's the project plan, and I just put some to every part the English translation of the project plan section. These are the project plan questions that are common to all the development projects, and then there are couple 8 specific questions, as I showed earlier. I jump a little bit there, and just a little bit more. So here are the EIP specific information which we showed earlier, and you can see you cannot enter wrong kind of information here. We have checks on the system. And there are the cooperation and other participants of the projects. And here you can add participants. Here we have one from Sweden. And so on. It's quite easy to apply.
Yeah, comparably to making that by hand. Absolutely.
Yes, and we have planned the Hurra so that it's guiding the applicant all the way through the process. Here you can choose which cost model you choose. This is a flat rate 40 project, so the Hurra can count everything. It's quite easy to apply. And here are some relevant additional information. You can.
Does
There's
the
a
system,
question.
yeah, sorry for interruption. Does the
Yes.
system automatically calculates the financial statement of the entrepreneur or applicant as well?
The applicant needs
the financial statement or situation with applicant, does he's in positive financial balance or not?
No. We don't. We can have the financial information through our tax administration interface, as I earlier told, and the managing authority must check from that report that if your economy is on that rate that you can apply.